Looking for a weight loss solution that actually works? Weight Loss by Hers provides access to GLP-1 medications with personalized care to help you hit your goals. Hers is transforming women's healthcare by providing access to affordable weight loss treatment plans delivered straight to your door if prescribed. Hers offers a holistic weight loss program with personalized solutions, including compounded GLP-1 weekly injections featuring the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy or oral medication kits. So if you've been struggling with your weight loss journey, it's time to find the best option that works for you through Hers. Start your initial free online visit today at forhers.com/KKC. That's FORHERS.com/KKC for your personalized weight loss treatment options. forhers.com/KKC. Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded. Actual price depends on product and plan purchased. Here's the thing, it's kind of gross out. It's freezing. And even those of us that embrace the chilly weather, which is of course not me, we need something to break up long winter nights. Something that I love to do is treat myself to a little something. So I like to go and I like to shop online. And one of my favorite sites to go to is Quince, because you can treat yourself to everyday luxury, but at an affordable price. Something that everyone needs in their closet. In my opinion, the Quince's iconic Mongolian cashmere sweaters are a must-have, which only start at $50. And if you really want to up the luxe factor, you can check out their Italian leather bags. You gotta get the tote bag. So whatever you're looking for, all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. And they can do that by partnering directly with top factories and cutting the cost of the middleman, passing the savings on to you. And of course, they use premium fabrics and finishes for that luxury feel. So give yourself the luxury you deserve with Quince. Go to quince.com/KKC for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/KateCasey to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/KateCasey.
The amazing Kate Casey.
Welcome back for another episode of Reality Life with Kate Casey. Hope that you are having a great start to your week. I know that I am, because my team, the Philadelphia Eagles, crushed the Kansas City Chiefs 40-22 at the Superdome in New Orleans, earning the franchise's second Super Bowl title since 2018, and of course, denied the Chiefs what would have been a historic three-peat. Now, why do we love the Super Bowl so much? Well, not only is it a huge cultural moment, it's considered the most watched annual club sporting event worldwide. And it's also the 7 most watched broadcasts in American TV history are all Super Bowls. The halftime shows feature top artists, and headlining a Super Bowl is considered one of the highest honors in music. It attracts a massive viewership, providing a platform for advertisers to showcase commercials to the biggest audience. Now, again, my team won. I was so happy. It's a vindication for the team, criticized throughout the season for appearing to lack cohesion under the coach's direction. That they were sometimes out of sync. That could not have been farther from the truth last night. They got revenge for that 38-35 Super Bowl loss to the Chiefs 2 years ago, which of course was mired by a controversial holding call in the closing minutes. So for those of you who watched the Netflix series Quarterback, the unthinkable happened because Patrick Mahomes struggled throughout the night, throwing 2 interceptions, one that was returned for a touchdown, and losing a fumble on a strip sack. He was sacked 6 times in total as the Eagles dominated both sides of the ball. If you want to go back to my episode 727, I had former NFL quarterback and Fox Sports football analyst Mark Sanchez discuss the unique role of a professional football quarterback. I thought it was the most insightful information on what it takes under pressure, and one can only imagine in the Super Bowl. So if you still are reeling from that Super Bowl, you can go back and listen to that episode. And again, a great series on Netflix, Quarterback. They did a fantastic job. Quarterback follows Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, the Minnesota Vikings, Kirk Cousins, and Atlanta Falcons, Marcus Mariota, as they progress through the 2022 NFL season. So I think you will have great appreciation for all of those players. But I always feel like sports, of course, it's an extension of what we all love to watch, which I believe is unscripted TV, because you really get to see in a lot of the projects that Netflix in particular or Apple TV Plus or Hulu or Peacock are doing, which is going behind the scenes of these sports teams and these athletes. You're learning what they're eating, their training schedule, who their friends are, who makes up their team. And also, of course, their mindset going into some of these major sports moments. So again, watch Quarterback on Netflix and then go listen to my episode 727 with my interview with Mark Sanchez. Now, you know what's surprising too? Patrick Mahomes had more interceptions Sunday, more than he had in 20 playoff games combined, which is crazy. So Chris DeRosa joins me in this episode for a post-Super Bowl breakdown. He texted me last night. He said, I just hope that I can wake up in the morning because I'm at a Super Bowl party right now and I got to tell you, I'm having a good time. And I said, just whatever happens, just rise to the occasion because I really need to know your thoughts about the commercials. I told him, I have to talk to you about Tom Cruise. We wanted to talk about Kendrick Lamar's performance, all of the celebrities that are sitting in the stands, and of course, the Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift of it all. So even if you didn't watch the Super Bowl, maybe you're like, Kate, I don't care about Quarterback on Netflix or the Super Bowl or anything. I'm going to perhaps convince you otherwise. But also, I think people even who do not watch sports love the Super Bowl because of all the big pop culture moments that happen. So we are going to break it down for you in this episode. I want to remind you to make sure that you are subscribed to the show. And here's why. I have some great episodes this week. I don't want you to miss out on any of them. And also make sure that you're subscribed to the What to Watch list at katecasey.substack.com. Make sure you check out my bonus episodes. Go to patreon.com/KateCasey. Here is my interview with Chris DeRosa. Chris, it's the morning after.
Yeah, it sure is.
And we did it.
We did it. Is Philadelphia laid ruin too? Sure, probably.
Probably. But everyone is so happy.
Sure, and they just destroy their own city. It makes perfect sense.
But when you were a kid, did you guys watch the Eagles?
No, we were a Steelers family. I'm from Pittsburgh.
Well, I know, but sometimes in Pennsylvania, I find people that live in, even if they're closer to Philly, they may be Steelers fans. Like it kind of surprises me.
Well, not to immediately slam the Super Bowl champions, but up until truly a couple years ago, they had never won anything ever in their lives. So I grew up in the 90s when the Steelers were like the best that they've ever been, and they won 4 Super Bowls in like 6 years.
Yeah.
So it was like Steelers were hardcore. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I always have been an Eagles fan, and there were stretches, decades, if you will, where we would lose, and it was like being punched in the face every day. But truly, and I've said this before, to grow up as an Eagles fan, it means that everyone in the entire city watches the football games. Like even my mom, who doesn't care about sports, is obsessed with the Eagles. Yeah. Your entire week hinged on the happiness that you have based on whether or not the Eagles won.
Which is pathetic.
Well, it's a working class city. Think about it. So a lot of people like
Pittsburgh is very the same. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they spend their money on, tickets or just go to like a bar and hang out. So it's just fun. It's fun. My son was so happy. So you know what else I was thinking too? My algorithm is so Eagles. So I have no idea what the rest of the world is like, you have certain algorithms. So the first time that I thought, oh my God, I think we might have a lot of momentum here is when we went to Canada and Jack was wearing his Eagle sweatshirt. And as we were walking through the airport in Vancouver, so many people stopped him and said stuff. Or like, hey, Eagles, or other people that were wearing the stuff. And I thought, oh, maybe the rest of the world is like obsessed with the Eagles now too, because you don't know, because you're just kind of in your own world, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I was very happy. But I have a lot of questions I want to talk to you about. First of all, Tom Cruise begins the Super Bowl.
I didn't see this. You have to explain it to me. Okay. I wasn't there at the party yet that I was at.
I think you're going to appreciate this.
Will I? Because I hate him.
No. Appreciate what I'm going to say.
As in, like, what the fuck is he doing? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a commercial for clearly Mission Impossible, which is yet to come out. But I mean,
oh brother.
I have a couple problems with Tom Cruise. the first, of course, is that he's in what I believe is to be a cult.
Where's Shelley?
The second problem I have is that everything he does has to do with the marketing of a movie he's in.
Yeah, well, of course it does.
I don't think you could have a regular conversation with him at a party because it has to do with whatever project's coming out. And he's going to circle the drain somehow. Does anybody want a hot dog? Will you tell me, can you make a hot dog? Or is it Mission Impossible? It's like enough with your job.
Yeah.
So this commercial that he does is all about Mission Impossible, but it is delivered in the most dramatic way. And that is the third thing I can't stand about him. He is probably one of the most melodramatic people in the world. And he's intense about his job in a way that I just don't think is necessary. Because in the end, he's an actor. He's not really skilled in beyond acting. In other words, if he's playing a plumber in a movie, he believes he's a plumber. And he still believes he was a plumber 20 years ago after the role. So he tries to connect with people in the real world as if he's done the job that they've done. And in this case, he's acting like he is on the same level of somebody who's able to play in a Super Bowl. So the whole message
he thinks that he is. Yes. Because remember, he hangs onto a side of a plane for no reason. So he's yeah, we're peers.
We're peers.
Just FYI. You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay, so here's a quote from it. Everything this sport has seen and done, every first, every mountain climbed, every seemingly impossible conquered. Yet there's always another accomplishment never achieved. There's nothing new heights waiting to be reached. Stepping into the unknown, being first, that comes with unbelievable pressure. That's 3 sentences, word salad. That's like the people who are at the Oscars writing the bits before they deliver an award. That made
Which is
sense.
my least favorite thing ever is when they're this is, editors are, well, you're an editor. And the person's I am, yes. Yes, I edit a lot. And they try to make it be fake, on purpose, off base. And it makes me want to scream.
And then he says, but I look closely at these fierce competitors. And by the way, too many pauses. And also they just recorded this a year ago. Do you know what I mean? These fierce competitors, not Philadelphia and Kansas City are both blah, blah, blah. It's this could have been any team could have made it. Yeah. And I don't see fear or hesitation. I see the very best in the world. Men who have worked and dedicated their entire lives for today.
Oh,
now,
brother.
what we have yet to address is that his face is melting on camera.
Yeah, and people are saying, what happened to Tom Cruise's face?
And I'm not one to comment on people's looks, but when you know that he has probably been in Brazil, may or may not with Shelley Miscavige, but getting procedures around the world with the money and access he has. And yet, he seems to have aged progressively in the last year. And then I thought about how there were all these rumors that he was involved with the opening of the Super Bowl, and people were wondering if he would come back to the United States. And then I thought, why has he been out of the country for so long? Is it because he doesn't want to get arrested?
He got a facelift, yeah.
Or is it the facelift?
I mean, it's probably that.
I don't know. It's not. It's looking bleak. Then the last part is I'm on the phone with a friend this weekend because what I have yet to tell you is that Saturday night I went to San Diego to watch a Prince cover band.
Okay.
It was one of the greatest nights of my life. And the performer, by the way, the lead singer is none other than Bettis, who was in season 2 of American Idol. I really feel like if you did not make it past, the finals in American Idol, you should absolutely consider being the lead singer of a cover band because you will kill the game. But that's neither here nor there. As I was driving home, I called a friend of mine because I had remembered that she had been involved in the writing of an Andrew Morton book about Tom Cruise. And we were going over the details and I could not stop laughing. And one of the things that they had uncovered in the process of writing that was that when Katie Holmes lived with him, they were married,
Yeah.
The interior decorator had a project there where they had to decorate a separate wing of his house for Katie and the baby. But he lived in another area of the house.
No, of course he did.
With his sisters.
With Xenu. By the way.
And I was like, let's take that and put that into normal people lives. Imagine if you're married to somebody and a decorator comes to like a super rich person's house and there's a different wing of the house where the wife and the baby live and then the husband lives in another wing. You can't make this stuff up.
No. And like, no wonder, like, everyone is like, oh yeah, they sign a contract to be married to him. And like, everyone knows that. We all know that. Like, you've heard that before.
But back then, when this was being written and they were doing all the research,
I get it. I'm saying
they were dying.
It's crazy that we like we just like overlook that completely. And we're like, yeah, Mission Impossible.
I know. I mean,
he does look very different in this.
Yeah.
He got something. I know that much.
Something happened, but good Lord. But again, why doesn't he come back to the United States? Is it really
he
just because?
He probably can't.
I don't know.
Or like they're keeping him there. Who knows? Is he like getting on the Sea Org boats?
Oh, the funny thing to bring that up. Said person I spoke to visited a one of their locations and said that they saw the big boat.
Yeah.
It does exist.
I mean, it's people are like, oh, LOL. I'm like, this is real, guys. Like, people like live their whole lives on a boat where they like scrub things with a toothbrush for no. Like, I mean, that's just simply a fact. That's simply a fact of what goes on. Anyway,
well, nevertheless, okay. So that was an opener that a lot of people were buzzing about. This show is sponsored by Liquid IV. A lot of you are starting new rituals for the new year. Whatever you do, you can come into your own way with extraordinary hydration from Liquid IV. I have to say my favorite flavor is the new Hydration Multiplier Sugar-Free Raspberry Lemonade because it's a bright, zero sugar, flavor combining notes of ripe, freshly picked raspberries and citrusy, zesty lemon. I just take the pack and I pour it into a large glass of ice cold water and I knock it back and I feel like $1,000,000 and my skin, it looks so much better and it really gets me going on my day. I think you're going to love it too. I love the benefits. I like feeling like I'm hydrated all day long. And if you're somebody who's outdoors or plays sports, this is an absolute must-have. So listen, break the mold and own your ritual. Just one stick plus 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. So embrace your ritual with extraordinary hydration from Liquid IV and get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use code Kate Casey at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code Kate Casey at liquidiv.com.
As you write your life story, you're far from finished. Are you looking to close the book on your job? Maybe turn a page in your career? Be continued at the Georgetown University School of Continuing Studies. Our professional master's degrees and certificates are designed to meet you where you are and take you where you want to go. At Georgetown SCS, the learning never stops, and neither do you. Write your next chapter. Be continued at scs.georgetown.edu/podcast.
Bradley Cooper. I have zero problems with this. I feel like you do.
He is a stunt queen beyond.
In fairness, he is from Philadelphia.
He's from Philadelphia, and he doesn't let us forget it, yes.
Which I have no problem.
His cheesesteak pop up.
I have no problem with it.
I know you love it.
He's like one of those celebrities where I'm like, the minute we would meet, we would become great friends because not only are we from Philly, but we both went to college in DC. I feel like we have a lot of stuff to talk about.
I would feel bad for you. But you want to talk about can never speak about anything but themselves? Are you kidding me? He'd be like, well, in Maestro, whenever I was directing and starring and didn't win any awards for, blah, blah, blah. Are you fucking kidding me right now? He's the worst of them all.
I guess I just look past it because he's from Philly. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah. Sure. I'm just telling you what would happen to you. Like, did you see Maestro?
No.
Don't waste your time.
Is that the guy, the role where he had
Leonard Bernstein, yes.
Nose prosthetic?
Correct.
Yeah, but do you forget? I don't really give a shit about movies. Right.
I'm simply just reporting the news to you that like he's just as insufferable, if not worse.
I'll tell you what I did like. I did like that he held Declan in his arms when he announced the team. I did not like John Hamm, who seemed like he was half in the bag announcing the Kansas City Chiefs.
Probably. He probably was.
Wow. Talk about wowie, wow. What's happened to him since Mad Men?
I don't know. He's in like everything though. So he's like,
I know, but
fine.
He seems so mean. I don't know. He seems like he'd be at the other end of the bar and just scream at you.
Probably. But I would be like, okay. I'd be like, sure. He, to me, doesn't seem insufferable. And like, yeah, he might be mean, but like he doesn't seem like he'd be like talking about Mad Men at the bar.
Oh,
he'd
maybe.
be like trying to dip out of there without anyone noticing him.
Yeah.
Unlike the last two people we just talked about.
You could be right.
That's what I think.
All right. Do you have a problem with celebrities who seemingly have zero connection to a team appearing at the Super Bowl just so they can be on the Jumbotron and be in like social media clips?
It is the Super Bowl, so like, duh. You know what I mean? Like, like of course they're going to be there.
I guess like for me, I'm like, since when is Anne Hathaway an Eagles fan?
Well, isn't she friends with Brad? No.
No,
but like it's the Super Bowl. Like you just go to the Super Bowl because it's fun. Like this is what celebrities do.
I know, but I don't like it. I'm like, sit down.
Yeah, sure. But they also aren't like, get me on the Jumbotron. They're like trying to find people on the Jumbo. You know what I mean? I feel like if there's any time that they're like, if Anne Hathaway's just like at a random Eagles game, I'd be like, what the hell's happening? But like, it is the Super Bowl.
Maybe.
And they all have like press shit that they do. Do you know what I mean? Like there's all kinds of events before the game. It just is. I mean, not maybe. That's the truth. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a humongous. I still think it bugs me. It's still weird, but I'm just telling you, like they're there because like they're being paid to go there. They're not. She's not like, I'm the biggest Eagles fan in the world. That's just like she's just like there because she's at the Super Bowl with every other celebrity.
Like a Paul Rudd, I loved because it's totally Chiefs are his team, but he's emoting. You know, he's like,
no, he's like there to watch the game. No, he's like there to watch the game, unlike many.
Yeah, who were just like, wink, wink. Did you notice me? Like, okay. So that bugged me. Now let's talk a little bit about the advertisements. Some you may have watched, some you may have missed. Let's just go through the ones that stood out for me.
You tell me because when I tell you the party I was at, like would not shut the fuck up. And so I didn't really see many of the ads. I couldn't. I was wanting to, but I really didn't. But are there any? I feel that across the board, the ads are not what they used to be.
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah.
But just for the sake of me and the people that are listening, just put us at that party for a minute. What were the snacks? Were they suitable? And what
there was
kind
all
of drinks
kinds of
were we
stuff.
talking about?
Wings. There was every drink you could imagine. There was wings. There was pigs in a blanket. There was buffalo chicken dip. There was shishito peppers that I ate half of the whole thing of. There were deviled eggs. There was like truly every appetizer you could ever think of in your life.
Well, one of the commercials was for Hellmann's mayonnaise. And it was Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan. They were recreating the dinner scene.
This one I saw.
Okay. Now, I heard...
from Harry Met Sally.
Yes. I heard Heather McDonald and Chris Frangiola on her show say they believed, or at least Heather believed, that they should have not used Sydney Sweeney. They should have used the Kelsey brothers' mother. That it would have been more funny if it was an older woman going, I'll have that. But they used Sydney Sweeney. What are your thoughts?
Sure.
I think it would have made it funnier.
I mean, okay. But they wanted like a big celebrity to be in it.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, the other thing I want to note is I still believe that mayonnaise is the devil's condiment. I do not want to see I don't want to see a container, let alone the mayonnaise squeezed onto a sandwich, which I had to suffer through. Not
for nothing. I wouldn't. If I saw the Kelsey's mom, I would be like, I don't know who that is.
Oh, really?
I know who Sydney Sweeney is. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't tell you what Travis Kelsey's mother looks like.
I think you may be in the minority.
Sure. I'm just telling you what, as a viewer.
Okay. Well, there was also a Coffee Mate commercial, and it was to promote their new cold foam. And it was like put together by somebody who was on acid. It was like a man with a tongue sticking up in the air and then another tongue, and they were waving, and it was so creepy. Some of these commercials, I'm like, didn't anybody put this through a focus group? It was so bizarre.
Yeah. Well, that's the point, is that they want it to be bizarre.
There were 2
and
commercials.
Be like, can you believe that this crazy thing happened? You know what I mean? But like, that's the thing anymore. It's not like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's so sad because they used to be like so great. And we used to like come in and more than about the game, we would talk about the commercials.
That's true.
You know, and now it's not the same. The one with Jason Alexander, though, was funny.
Yes. Well, the 2 that were sentimental were the Pfizer had one about cancer. Mama said, knock you out. And then there was like a woman who is like hugging her child after he runs through the streets. People are cheering him on. That was very sweet. I love that one. Yeah. And then they had one for Dove, which was for women in sports. And his little girl running through the streets. And then it says, 1 in 2 girls who quit sports are criticized for their body type. Let's change the way we talk to our girls. So it's emphasizing how kids are kind of taught to just like their bodies. I love that one. That one.
Like that. Yeah, me too.
So
there was the one with all the women athletes. There was like Caitlin Clark and
that was good.
Simone and Sha'Carri Richardson. Like I like that. And it was like all them in black and white and like they were all like doing great. Like it was just like a Nike commercial, but it was like it wasn't anything special, but I was like, oh, this is like a good group. They
also did one for girls in flag football. That was really good too. But in the end, yeah, you're right. It doesn't like hit you like it did.
It's not what it used
days.
to be. Mm-hmm. And not what it used to be.
Yeah. What do you think about other aspects of the game?
When are we going to, well, I know, are we just going to skip over my 2 of my biggest triggers of anyone that we've mentioned yet? What's his fucking name? Ben Affleck. And loser, Jeremy Strong, loser.
Yeah. I kind of
did you see? I didn't see the commercial. Yeah,
it's a dumb commercial, but I kind of ignore it because I'm like, I feel like Ben Affleck is in every Super Bowl, like in a commercial. It's like it's too much now. It's not exciting anymore. So I think people just sort of tune it out.
Yeah, I didn't. You know? Was it? I mean, I'm like, I want to watch it just so I can make fun of him because I think he's such a loser. And then to pile on Jeremy Strong as a part of it is like extra losery.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And what was the second thing?
No, that's it.
Oh, all right. Travis Kelce obviously looked like a zombie after the game. Like, couldn't believe they lost. His hair. Can we talk about that for a second?
Wait, I don't know. You need to look. But did you see how he walked in? He was dressed as Ron Burgundy. He was dressed as Ron Burgundy. Like, truly.
Ron Burgundy as a pimp?
Yeah. Super Bowl after.
He trimmed up, did a little chippity choppity to his hair. I don't know what to make of his style sometimes, but that outfit in combination with the hair, he was in like a zone when he went into the football game, and then afterwards walking into the suite, just kind of like shuffling his shoes, compounded with the way that people were booing for Taylor Swift when they put her up on the screen. I think the 2 of them were just like shocked between him losing and her being booed. Like, wait, where did this come from? This is like another aspect. I'm like, everybody was I think the momentum was for the Eagles that was inevitable that she would go. And I'm not knocking her at all. I'm just saying was, I think, more about people wanted the Eagles to win so much because they're sick of the Chiefs winning that anybody associated with him would be booed.
Yeah. Also, like, why are they booing her? What did she do? Nothing.
Well, nothing. But I'm just saying it's because...
I fucking can't stand her. And I'm like, that's mean. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think there's a visceral reaction, which is obvious because when a team wins so much, it was like the Patriots, you know?
No, sure. Yeah. People
like, if they put Giselle up, they're like, boo, get her off. Like, we're sick of them.
Speaking of, did you see his fucking new face? What's his name? Tom Brady?
I know. That's
Yowza.
A doozy. Yowza-roo. But is that a facelift or is that significant weight loss?
I don't know.
Then,
he has like a
Botox?
cranial, like, I don't even know what it is, but like, he has like a cranial bulge. Like the front of his head, I see his like, he looks like a skull. Do you know what I mean? Like,
you're right.
Does that make sense?
Well, and you know, this is in fairness because like women get ridiculed for their looks all the time. But like, when do we talk about all the men who dye their hair a color that should not be in the rainbow? Like, he also dyes his hair too to make himself look younger.
And like, he looks so, I remember him being like so hot back in the day. And now I think he looks like so, I ran into him one time. Have I ever told you this story?
My sister did too. And she told me he felt like he wears a lot of moisturizer and like he does a lot of prep work.
No, he looked bad. We were like, this is like as him and Giselle were like getting divorced. So that's probably why. But I was working on a show and we were filming in this really nice apartment building down in like downtown New York. And we knew that he lived there. And we were like all in this hallway waiting for this like big, huge service elevator where you would like basically like move furniture up and down because we had like all of our gear. So we had to like move it up in the elevator. And we're all standing there and he like, there's 20 of us in this hallway with like carts and carts and carts of gear. So we're sitting there waiting for the elevator to come. And the door just swings open and I see this like humongous man coming through and he looked so bad. And I truly didn't know it was him. Like I was like, who is this like crazy person coming at us? Yeah. And he saw that all of us were just standing there and he like wasn't going to be able to like get through. And he went, oh, sorry. And goes and turns around. And like one of our camera guys is absolutely obsessed with him in every single way. And so he went, Tom Brady, I love you. And started trying to push through us to try to go talk to him. Meanwhile, he was out of there. Like the minute he saw that he wasn't getting through, like in second 5, he was like, bye. And I just remember being like, that's Tom Brady. Like he looked so bad. Yeah.
Well, in fairness to him, his wife,
no, they were
moved on with the jiu-jitsu guy.
It was like, I think he was going through it. So but he was very tall.
That's another thing. Like I see him in the CM camp as Travis Kelce. Like, what do you mean? Like I have the hottest wife in the world. Like, this isn't going to work out. Like, what are you talking about? Look at me, I'm so gorgeous. And Travis Kelce walking like a zombie after the game. Like, how did that happen? Like, how can we lose? It was like, well, you weren't prepared for the game, man. Like, well,
also like someone wins and someone loses, and like we're do you know what I mean? That's the thing that's so funny is it's like, oh no, like we should have won. It's like, no, you didn't. You literally lost by like 20 points. Like it wasn't even like close. Like you didn't win, you lost anyway.
Yeah, it is. Listen, I'm not saying anything that everybody else hasn't thought about at some point, but when the cameraman pans at the end of the game to Patrick Mahomes on the other side of the field with his wife. And there are only maybe 3 cameras. And you're like, man, you go from the top of the top to the low in 3 seconds.
I mean, that's the game, though.
That's the game, man. And
I mean, they'll be fine.
I know, they'll be fine. They're
bajillionaires. They'll be fine.
Yeah. A lot of people were talking about how Brittany, his wife, had come to the game and she just had a baby. I'm like, yeah, I would bring the baby too. You've got like a staff there to help you with the baby. You're not going to miss out on the game.
Like, okay, yeah.
You know?
If she's up for it, who are we?
Behind the delivery trucks that keep your life stocked, thousands of employees at BP go to work every day. People bringing a new offshore production platform online. People making our refineries capable of more, like making renewable diesel from agricultural waste. People trading and shipping fuels to our customers. And people helping truckers fill up and get maintenance at our convenient locations. They're part of the more than 300,000 jobs BP supports across the country. Learn more at bp.com/investing in America.
Get ready for epic family fun at Capital One Arena. January 24th through January 26th, it's the Monster Jam. Bigger trucks, bigger stunts, and even bigger thrills. Then on February 14th, WWE takes over with electrifying action and your favorite superstars live in the ring. Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters on March 8th, a slam dunk of fun for everyone. Tickets are on sale now at CapitalOneArena.com. Don't wait, grab your seats tonight and secure memorable moments for your whole family.
And then Kendrick Lamar, the halftime show. Did you catch that?
I did. I loved it.
I loved it too. I thought
he was so good. Those jeans, I need those jeans. Those jeans.
That was good. And the shoes too.
Launched 1,000 ships. Yes, I thought he looks great. I loved his outfit. He's so little. He's a cute little thing. I love him so much.
Yeah.
He's like 5'2". He's like so short. And he's like, I think he's so handsome. I thought he did I usually don't love rappers like in a stage performance because you just don't understand what they're saying and it's very mumbly and it's very like, unless you know all the words, it's like, I can't appreciate this.
Yeah.
He was so crisp and clear and like, a lot of people online were like, he had to like self-edit himself, obviously, because he has like so many profanities throughout his music that he did it without missing a beat. He did everything he needed to do. The performance was really good. The people dressed and then they like formed an American flag was amazing.
Yeah. I think
SZA did great.
She did great. I think I have a greater appreciation now for that performance.
For him,
having a daughter that dances.
Yeah.
Like there was somebody on Twitter that was kind of ripping on like it was too boring. But when you have complex lyrics and a message in the lyrics, I think you need the simple background.
That's him. That's what he's doing him. Like he's not Shakira and J-Lo who's going to like get up on a pole and be like spinning around and Shakira like doing her weird tongue thing. Again, loved it. But do you know what I mean? Like that's not him. He was like plus the whole point of this was we were like all at the edge of our seats waiting for him to sing the song about Drake.
Right.
Is Drake alive?
Did you think about that? I did too.
Guys, is Drake alive?
What is he doing?
The fact that every single person in the fucking stands at the same exact time went A minor, which is a diss on him being a pedophile, allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Like, think about that. And he looked directly into the camera and went, "Hey, Drake, heard you like him young." Like, I'm like, Drake's on a bridge somewhere, like, ready to go.
Yeah.
Well, he's in Australia.
Like, he's in Australia.
He's on the other side of the world to like get away from it.
Counting his piles of cash. Yeah. I thought the dancers were great too.
In his purse closet.
Exactly.
No, I thought Kendrick was incredible.
Yeah. Who's going to be next year, by the way?
I don't know. I don't think that they've announced. Like they'll announce probably soon, actually, because I think they announced it like pretty soon after the.
I think so too.
I thought he did so good. I loved Samuel L. Jackson being there, being Uncle Sam.
Yeah, that was a good thing.
Wait, did you see Lady Gaga sing the song? Speaking of stupid ass Tom Cruise, she sang that "Hold My Hand" song, which is not one of her best songs, but it is a good song. She sang that like before the national anthem.
Yeah, like, I was listening to it.
It was like early in 6, but like killed it. She's back. Yeah. We're so back. It's not even funny. Like I can't wait. March 7th. You're not going to be able to find me. I'm going to be listening over and over and over and over again.
You know, I also like that she stayed for the game. Sometimes performers, like, they do their thing and then they leave. And I think that's kind of like disrespectful to the players. And she stayed and watched the whole thing.
No, she's there.
It was a great game. So why would you want to miss it?
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
I loved her. Her and Doechii were taking pictures backstage. Loved that.
You know what else? Jay-Z was on the field with his two daughters.
Well, I thought
unbelievable how much, and she's only like 13 years old, I think, how much she looks like Beyonce.
I know, thank God. She used to look exactly like him. We were all like really nervous. But like she's now
like a twin?
I know, she looks exactly like her.
It's
and like
wild.
Now she's getting to the age where it's like we have like photographic proof. Like she's like in like writings on the wall, she's like 16 years old. Do you know what I mean? Like she's like a minor. So like,
yeah.
Speaking of a minor, LOL. Like she's getting to the point where like she's the age that Beyonce was when we first like consumed her.
That's
and
true.
So she's like, and meanwhile, she looks like 27. And I'm like, she's like a 13-year-old girl.
Can I ask a dumb question? Is she a singer too?
Yes. I mean,
okay.
Humongous air quotes, but yes. Like she is on songs when she was first born. I could be completely wrong and everyone will literally kill me. But when she was first born, Beyonce put her like cries in a song and put like featuring Ivy or
Blue Ivy,
featuring Blue Ivy Carter. And if I'm correct, Blue Ivy is the youngest person to ever be nominated for a Grammy because she was 0 years old. Yeah. Okay. And I think it was on Lemonade ? Or like another album.
Wait, you can get a credit from like just being in the background? Like, why can't it be cowbell?
She put like featuring, like she put it. I mean, Beyonce just like did it. It's not like she was it was her cries, but regardless, it was featuring Blue Ivy. And so in theory, like technically, she's the youngest person ever. I mean, she came out at the Renaissance tour and danced.
Good for
her. Remember when that
Wow.
was everywhere? And it was like that choreography where we saw the first performance and she had no idea what she was doing. And then by the end, she was really good.
Wow. Well, she is, again, I feel like she's like little.
She's got it. Yeah. I know. I feel bad. I'm like, does she want to do this? I'm like,
No, I worry about that too. I'm like, does she have friends? Does she like
no,
hang
she
out?
doesn't. No,
she doesn't.
Are you kidding? What friends would she have?
Like her mom's her best friend.
Surrey Cruz.
Yeah.
Like who are Apple Paltrow? Who are her friends? Like she can only be friends with like other celebrities' children, right?
Oh, that's sad. Don't you think?
Like Rihanna's baby is like her friend. Do you know what I mean?
Right. She's on a text chain with like
yeah.
Clive Davis's
I'm trying
team.
to think what other people have kids? I'm trying to think of like other children of celebrities. Her and wait, did you see at the Grammys when Alicia Keys' little cute ass son came up on stage with his little suit? The cutest thing I've ever seen him.
I didn't see that, but I saw a picture and I feel like he's quite tall now.
He's so cute. The cutest thing you've ever seen in your whole life. And he was just sitting there smiling.
That is like a head trip because I still feel like she's young.
So young, but no, she's like 50 years old. No, I know.
Yeah.
We're old, Kate. We're old.
You're not, I am.
Wait, what else did I have to say? Where is Sir?
Sir.
She has a third child that has not been seen in a while.
Because he's probably an introvert and likes to play video games. Probably a normal kid.
I'm just nervous is all I'm saying. Where is Sir? Also, because
his name?
Beyonce, his name is Sir. Rumi and Sir, the twins.
I have a friend whose her son's nickname is Sir. It's kind of funny.
I think that's funny. Yeah. What about? Well, I thought Beyonce was going to come out because Jay-Z was there with the two girls, but Beyonce was like nowhere to be found. So I was wondering if he was going to bring her out to sing he's on like multiple ones of her songs. So I was like, oh, that would be fucking crazy. But I like that SZA came out. SZA did great. And she's
cute.
She's so pretty. Did you see that movie? It's called One of Them Days. It's her and Keke Palmer.
No, I never told you. I never watch movies.
Kate, if you and your husband want to just like laugh, it's like a nothing movie. Like it was made, they shot it in like 3 days. Like we could shoot the same, and it was, that's not a slam. That's truly just like, it's not the fucking Avengers where it's like CGI'd to the hilt. It's just a movie. They are so funny in it. And she makes her acting debut and did an incredible job.
Of course she did.
They were so fucking funny. Her and Keke Palmer together. You're like, if you guys need to just like really laugh and it's dumb. And they like live in Compton and they like are going to get evicted from their apartment if they don't make like $2,000 in one day. And they like have to like try to do like money, like get rich quick schemes. And they're always getting like fucked over. It is hilarious.
Where do you watch that? Netflix or something?
It was in the theater. It's still in the theater.
Oh, okay.
But like when it comes out on streaming, like when you and Dan need to just laugh.
We'll watch that.
She did so good. I thought she sounded great. She's like really introverted and like really doesn't like fame. And so the fact that she got to do the Super Bowl, I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited for her. Like she'll know, even though she should do the Super Bowl, I don't think she would ever do it herself. But like, what a good song from the Black Panther soundtrack. You know what I mean? Like that song was everywhere. She did so good.
And I also thought that the 4 women that would be in like the transition moments with
like Kendrick, the little red little red
they
wigs.
Were really funny too.
They were fun. I loved them. They were like, and that's what they were. They were like, are you gonna do it? I hasn't like sing the song Not Like Us about Drake, and they were like, you're gonna do it, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it finally. It was so. I can't. All eyes on Drake today. What's he gonna do?
We gotta check in. Yeah.
Like, is he okay? He went to the other side of the world to not be a part of this.
Oh, he probably should have. Like, you need to take a minute.
Yeah.
Go take a lap. Go take a lap, sir.
Yeah.
So all in all, it was a good night.
Oh, what am I talking about? The biggest thing of the whole night was that Serena Williams was up on that thing doing like the crip walk.
Hasn't looked better.
Never looked better. But are you aware of why she was there?
No, tell me. I don't know.
Drake used to like beg to be with her and like wanted to be with her so badly. And she broke up with him and was like, you're fucking weird. Like, bye. And he would like try to get her back all the time. It was like and so when she was there, it was like an FU to him.
Oh, Kate,
it was
spins me around.
When she showed up and we were like, is that Serena Williams? Every single person at the Super Bowl party like held hands and were like in shock together.
I feel like I should have gone to this party. I felt like I would have learned more.
I'm hurting today.
Wow.
But that was like...
So truly, this is a day where he will not...
No,
he's got
like,
the shades down.
Of any day of the world. Like he would, is he okay?
well, but I mean, we're not, you know, I was not aware he was from Toronto, and I texted my friend from Toronto and I asked, like, what's his story? And she said he was from an extremely wealthy area and was on Degrassi.
He was on Degrassi.
He's fine.
You need to go listen to my episode and about Drake, and you will learn that he has a closet full of Birkins for his wife that he doesn't have yet.
Wait, what?
Yes, he has a closet full of Birkins and Chanel bags for his wife that doesn't exist. Like, because he's like. He loved it. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Like, just let that sink in for you.
Oh, I'm letting it sink in and I'm not happy about it. Wow. Well, I'm not really worried about him. He's fine.
No, he'll be fine. But like, he's a weirdo.
To say the least. Well, you know who are not a weirdos? You and me. Thank you for circling back.
Sure.
Now that you have had your coffee, are you going to go back to sleep or what are we planning for?
No, the day's just starting. On the East Coast, it's about to be 10. I have a client call in 25 minutes. I have to either get in the shower or stay in my robe like I'm here right now.
Yeah. Well,
unclear.
I'm going to go punch the sky because my team won. And God bless the Eagles.
Go burn a couch on your front lawn. Why not?
I sure will. Go Birds. Go Birds.
No, actually, though, I'm also, again, like, is the city okay? I want to know.
I'm sure it's fine. Although I did see footage last night of them tearing down a traffic light and
me too. And their whole
taking over a garbage truck.
The same video. It's literally was like, which I'm like, you should be like, this is, I don't know. Let me not be me.
Well, there was this one woman. She's like, I'm a teacher here at school and I live on campus. And I just want you to hear what I'm experiencing. And then she pans to outside the crowd and it looked like she was crying.
Really?
Yeah. I'm telling you, everybody in Philly is so crazy. My mom was probably in the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good though. We'll tell everybody where they can listen to your podcast and find you.
You can listen to my podcast, Fixing Famous People, anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can hear an episode about Drake, where we talk about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake feud. If I just like told you something that you didn't know about all of this, fire that episode up with Ashley Ray, who is incredible and a humongous Kendrick fan. And so we dunked on, like, when I tell you we made fun of Drake for like 95 minutes.
Okay, wait.
And secretly fixed Nicki Minaj in that episode without doing it because we're scared of the bar. We're so terrified of the barbs, rightfully so.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
The amazing Kate Casey.
I want to thank my great guest, Chris DeRosa, and remind you again to click subscribe. Please leave a 5-star review. Look for my show name in Apple Podcasts, and then you scroll down, click the 5 stars, and then scroll down to write a review. Bonus episodes, Patreon, patreon.com/Kate Casey. You can get my What to Watch list at katecasey.substack.com. And please follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram at @KateCaseyCA, TikTok, it's Kate Casey, and Twitter, Threads, and Blue Sky at Kate Casey. Circle back tomorrow for an all-new episode.
And now, a next-level moment from AT&T Business. Say you've sent out a gigantic shipment of pillows, and they need to be there in time for International Sleep Day. You've got AT&T 5G, so you're fully confident. But the vendor isn't responding, and International Sleep Day is tomorrow. Luckily, AT&T 5G lets you deal with any issues with ease, so the pillows will get delivered and everyone can sleep soundly, especially you. AT&T 5G requires a compatible plan and device. Coverage not available everywhere. Learn more at att.com/5G network.